Hey everyone, welcome back to the chat system series. In today's video, we are going to explore the data models behind a chat application. Understanding how to structure and design your data models is essential for building a scalable and efficient chat app, and it will be one of the core concepts in your system design interview. We will look at how to represent users' messages, maybe some conversations, and more in a way that keeps your app running smoothly and allows for easy scaling. So let's get started. Okay, let's go with a introduction to the data models in the chat app first. Let's just go way down like here. Okay. Um, In the chat application, there are a few key entities we need to module. We have, I guess, let's try to think. We have users, we have the messages, we have the conversations, maybe you have groups as well. We have the media attachment, like images, videos, stuff. So each of these entities has relationships with the others. And we need to design our data models in a way that makes querying and updating data as efficient as possible. So let's start with the user data. Okay, let's start here with the user data model. Okay. Um, User data model, let's say each user in our system will have properties like a user ID. Let me just make this quite wider. How to make it wider? Yeah. Maybe you have a user ID, username as well. Also, we have a profile picture URL. Let's call it profile uh, picture URL. Let's maybe I'll put some message between them so it will be easier for us to read. What else? Maybe have a status for each user. Also the last seen timestamp. What else? I guess yeah, that's it. That will be the user ID will be like a unique identifier for each user, while the fields like status and last seen help power features like the pre-seen indicators and stuff like that. So the user module also has relationships with other entities like the conversations and groups. For instance, each user may be a part of multiple conversations or group chats, which we need to track in our database. Let's talk right now about. Let me just scroll down. Let's talk about the messages. The messages data model. I guess the we have the message data model. So each message needs to capture details such as message ID, sender ID, receiver ID, or group ID even, and timestamp and the content and the status. I'm trying to think out of my head. So if you have more properties that you think they are really needed and I missed them, feel free to give me a hint in the section below. So let's say we have a message ID. Also, this will be unique identifier. We have the sender ID and we have the receiver ID. Also, we will have or maybe group ID as well. We might have group ID for some messages that live in a specific group. We have the timestamp, we have content, we have status, like delivered, reading, delivered, and sent, etc. So messages are the core of our chat application, and the schema must be optimized for both writing new messaging quickly and reading messages when a user opens a conversation. Um, there are some thoughts for optimization. We also need to ensure that our message model has the right indexes to support quick retrieval, for example, adding an index on the conversation ID or timestamp fields, can help ensure that messages are retrieved quickly in the correct order when a user opens a conversation. Maybe you can use go to the conversation model. The conversation model basically have a conversation ID, a participant ID, and stuff like that. But this, I guess, the conversation section you will be used if you are creating a chat app like one we see in Slack. There is no, it's not just about a chat like sender or receiver. There are some conversation that can go within a specific message. So I guess it will be quite good idea for us to talk about how the conversation works. The conversation will be maybe we could see it will be like we have a conversation ID, participant ID. I guess it will be something look quite similar to the message ID. We have like also groups like either be one to one or, uh, or groups based on the type. So for group conversation, we need to keep track of all participants. This can be done by maintaining a list of user IDs in the conversation and in the conversation document, or by using a separate table to store user and conversation relationships. Conversations also have metadata like the last message timestamp, which helps to store conversations by recent activity. This allows us to efficiently and effectively display a list of conversations in the correct order in the chat interface. We have a group data model. Let's go through this. For group chats, we need a slightly different data model. Each group will have, for example, a group ID. What's going on? A group ID, maybe also group name. Also, we have like a list of participant IDs, like a list of users, maybe user IDs or participant IDs, and group settings like admin users, notification settings, stuff like that. Groups can also have properties like created stamp and updated stamp to help manage group related activities and changes. We can look right now next in the media attachment. Media attachment are an important part of any modern chat app. Each media attachment, whether it's an image, video, or a voice note, needs to be stored separately with details like media ID. We have like a media ID, also file type, also URL. What else? A size, maybe the message ID. Like all of that links back to the corresponding message basically. So for media files, we usually store them in a cloud storage like AWS S3 or Google Cloud, while the metadata such as URLs is stored in the database by itself. This way we keep our database light and use a specialized storage solution for large media files. There is some things that we need to talk about as well, which is the relationships and data integrity. And after that, I guess we make a conclusion because we are reaching the end of our video. So one of the key challenges in designing data models for chat application is maintaining the relationships between entities. For instance, a message belongs to a conversation and each conversation has multiple users. We need to ensure these relationships are modeled correctly to maintain data integrity. Using techniques like foreign keys in SQL databases or references in NoSQL databases helps maintain these relationships, ensuring that our data stays consistent and that we can easily retrieve related information. So, in conclusion, designing effective data modules is crucial for building a scalable and maintainable chat application. Today, we covered user message and conversation groups and media attachment data models and discussed how they relate to each other. In the next video, we might go to see how to implement those things and start by putting some things in our design. Let's say that if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so never miss a video, and see you in the future.